So I haven't done a video for a little while. I haven't been very well lately and had to have lots of tests and things done. But I'm starting to get there now, so I thought I'd do a video. And also it's come home in Charlie's book, something amazing. So I couldn't wait to share with you guys. For everyone who's new to our page, I'm Amy, I'm Charlie's mummy. And every day, when it's a school day, this comes home from school for Charlie. And it's just his homeschool book to tell us about what he's been doing in his day. And it's even got things like if he's eating his dinner or not, so we know his entire day and what he's been up to. So this is what it says today, which I'm so excited about. It says, "Thank you for sending the float in. It went home with Charlie by mistake." A float come home basically from swimming before they broke up from the holidays, and it was put in Charlie's bag by accident. So it said, "Charlie was a bit unsettled to start with in the pool, but soon got used to it and really enjoyed being on his tummy," which I love, because Charlie, I'd imagine, would quite like to kind of bob around in the water as opposed to be on his tummy, especially if you think if the pool was a bit deep, it could be quite unsettling. So the fact that he did it on his tummy is actually really great news. So Charlie didn't eat any of his lunch. Sometimes Charlie doesn't want to eat lunch. Sometimes it's just because he might not particularly like what's being given to him. Or sometimes if he's having a lot of fun and he's really engaged in something, he just doesn't want to stop. I mean, Charlie doesn't stop most of the time anyway. So that we're not too worried, because Charlie always has a massive dinner when he comes home. And it said, but Charlie's had a great afternoon exploring cold and warm. He's also glued seeds to a flower head in gardening. So that's really good, because obviously seeds are so tiny that the fact that Charlie's been able to do his pincing is amazing. Especially with his hypermobility, he gets it particularly like in his hands and his wrists, so he's quite loose and floppy. So it could be like even harder for Charlie, to gain that skill. So that's really positive. It's great that he's been exploring cold and warm, because Charlie has a bit of an obsession with radiators. And it's not because they're hot, it's just how they feel. And you might have noticed it on our videos before in our living room. There's like the paint's missing on the corner of the radiator, and that's because Charlie is obsessed with chewing it. So I'm glad he's learning about hot and warm, because that might put him off the radiators, because it worries me when they're on, if he goes for it in a split second, that he'd hurt himself. So I guess that's good, as crazy as that sounds. It said, this is the best bit, this is like the highlight of the day. It said, at trampolining, because he does rebound therapy every week. Charlie was great, requesting to start jumping. I'm going to get emotional. Started jumping by giving the instructor the go symbol. He did this every time. Charlie hasn't used this symbol before. This is where I get emotional. Anyone that's watched this video lots of times knows that I'm emotional all the time. But Charlie used his PEX card at school, and in his last meeting that we'd had with his teachers, she explained he started moving on to symbols. And she thinks maybe symbols is how Charlie's going to communicate, like his preferred communication method. Which, when you look at them, some of them look quite hard, so it's actually really great to think Charlie's moved up to that level. But bear in mind, the children only went back to school on Monday. It's only Wednesday, and he started to use a new symbol and used it to request every time. That communication has kept going through that entire activity is absolutely amazing, and it's just completely blown my mind. So I wanted to do the video. I didn't want Dean to tell you, I wanted to tell you, because that's what I'm like. But yeah, so it's actually fantastic and so positive that that's another symbol, that's another thing that Charlie can tell us. And obviously when you have a child who's non-verbal and really struggles with the way of communication, to actually have that come home, and it's always like unexpected. It's not like we don't believe Charlie can't do it, because I know there's so much in there. It's just Charlie trying to figure out how's best for him to communicate it with us. You go to school and you think, oh, it'd be great if he uses his card today, but you never think of a new one just all of a sudden popping up for Charlie and thinking, yeah, I'm going to use that one. So the fact that it's a new symbol and they've only just gone back as well, so it's obviously still in the kind of settling back into the routine, is absolutely just like, wow. Like, I can't even explain how I'm feeling. It's just so amazing. So I was just so excited to share that with you all. Also, I found a national newspaper today. I won't say who, because nothing's kind of progressed much further with this at the moment. But I contacted, it's a national newspaper, which has a health section. And unfortunately, this particular paper, it's only kind of like really breaking news they do. The guy I spoke to on the phone, the editor, was really lovely, really kind, and said that maybe he could pass it on to his colleagues if we send some information over via email to maybe do a feature, which is great, because even if we could get into a national newspaper, if it's just a little snippet, it's getting some extra word out and obviously extra publicity for our page. Obviously, we're not doing this for us, for our benefit. We're doing it to help everybody. So the more people we can reach, what a better way to do it through media. So that's absolutely smashing. So fingers crossed with that one. We'll hear back some interesting news. So we're just going to keep pushing up this, guys. And hopefully towards the end of the year, have a really good fundraiser. Because obviously we want to raise a lot of, as much money as we possibly can to help children everywhere with autism, but especially in towns like ours. I mean, we're in Whitby in Yorkshire, and it's a small town, so it's not like when you're in the big cities and there's more therapists or therapies like in reach. It's like we're just in this little town and it seems to be forgotten about. And I think it shouldn't matter whether there's one child or 100 children with varying disabilities in an area. Their needs should still be met one way or another. And if we can help with that, then that's what we really want to do. And obviously we've set up this blog as well for people who we can't necessarily go and see and have a nice cup of tea and a chat with to see how they're feeling about everything. But wherever you are in the world, you can access this video. And you might be having a really horrible day. But you could come online and you could see one of our blogs and think, I hadn't thought about that. But that's the amazing thing. Teachers will tell us about Charlie in school, and there might be something we're struggling to deal with. And they'll say, oh, we do this and it works really well. And it's always something so simple and not complicated at all. But when you're in a moment, when your child's having a complete meltdown and everything's going crazy, you don't really think of the logical simple thing. So I think it's good, because not only are we helping people on this channel, but people are also helping us. There's people with children that are the same age as myself and Dean, who have obviously are way further down the line than us, and they're telling about their children, about how everyone thought that they wouldn't live independently, they wouldn't be able to hold down a job, things like this, because they've been let down by the system. But now they're married, they have a home, they have a fantastic career, and it's just nice, because sometimes when days are really bad, your hope does fizzle out a little bit. So when we receive messages from people further down the line than us, it gives us hope as well. So it's like just one massive, support system. I mean, we don't say we're professional. We don't class ourselves as professionals at all. We're just parents with a little boy with autism. And we just want to help as many people as you can, because especially going through a diagnosing process and things like that, it wears you down. It takes it out of you, and you don't realise how stressful it's actually going to be. And during that time, if someone says to you, you're going to be diagnosed, your child might get into a fantastic special needs academy like Charlie was lucky enough to, things are going to get so much better. You're going to get these therapies that you've been fighting for so long. But when you're in that minute, it feels like you can't imagine things being better, because things are so rubbish, really, all the time at that moment, I feel. So it's just nice to say, look, we were in this situation a year and a half ago, and we were completely stressed out of our minds. We just wanted to help our son, and we felt so helpless because no one was listening. But now we've been diagnosed, and things have changed dramatically for Charlie. And we just wanted to make these videos to say, look guys, it is really rubbish, but look what we've got. I mean, you can see where Charlie was and all the things he struggled with and the tantrums. I mean, he's cut the inside of my mouth open before and all sorts. And that's not even full swing meltdown. And he couldn't communicate, and he was so frustrated with the world that obviously it just come out physically quite often. But now you'll see him when he's going to school, and he'll come home and say, Charlie's used his PEX cards to communicate for a snack, and he's kept giving it to us to get another crisp. Or today, a symbol, which is more hard, and he's done it, and he kept doing it, and he knows what it means, and he was receiving what he wanted, and I can just imagine his little face just and it's just wow. It's so things, the only way is up. You have to take all the positives you can, because otherwise it can crumble you. So we just want to help as many people as we can. So I'll stop writing now, because Dean asked me to only make the video about 7 minutes long, and I'm now at 9 minutes 39 seconds. So it's just, we've just swapped our internet provider, and the internet is a bit slower on the upload, so then it slows down all of the internet, which then slows down the internet on our telly and Charlie's cartoons, and then it's an unhappy chappy. So I'll get off for now, guys, but I hope you're all well, and take care. See you later, bye.